Hello options traders, welcome everyone and happy Friday. Well, on any given day, it's not uncommon to find a stock that seems to be bucking the trend, whether up or down. And unfortunately, I often hear traders immediately jump to the conclusion that it's obviously under or overvalued, especially if they can't find news on it anywhere. And in response, they turn around and they'll buy calls or buy puts, thinking that they found some true gem of a trade. Well, one of the most important things that you must understand is the magic of the market. And that is when you have millions of people watching the markets, all gaining and deciphering all available information, somebody knows. And if somebody knows, you can bet that they'll take action. So just because you may not understand why a stock is rising or falling rapidly doesn't mean the market is acting irrationally. It doesn't mean you should immediately assume that you know something the rest of the market doesn't. And instead, you must respect the magic of the market and realize that somebody knows something. And one of the best examples is one that's told a lot in a lot of the financial circles, and that is the story of Morton-Thiokol. So back on January 28, 1986, the space shuttle Challenger exploded just 73 seconds into flight, and tragically killing all 7 crew members on board. So I want you to think of something. Let's say that as the world watched this explosion, who was responsible? Most people, including the television reporters, didn't even know. NASA didn't even know. They're just saying, well, obviously something is not going right here, but we don't know what it is. But somewhere in the long chain of people who either order the parts, design the parts, assemble them, test them, somebody made an error. But who? Well, the market had a pretty good idea. Well, about 20 minutes after the explosion, 4 stocks began to fall precipitously. Lockheed stock was down about 5%, Martin-Marietta was down 3%, Rockwell down about 6%, and another company called Morton-Thiokol, however, was hit the hardest. It was down about 10%. And in fact, it fell so fast and aggressively that it caused a trading halt. Now, for those of you who may not know, that a trading halt means that the stock stops trading. No buys or sells for a certain period of time. And it's usually about 10 minutes for the first halt. And if it continues to fall after the halt is lifted, then a new, longer halt goes into effect. And these trading curbs, or circuit breakers as they're sometimes called, were put into place after Black Monday of 1987. And they are designed to give the market a time to cool off and collect your thoughts and saying, hey, is this really what we want to do? Do we want to just continue selling just because everybody else is selling? Cause mass chaos? So it's just a little bit of a, hey guys, take a break, think about what you're doing, and then we'll reopen the stock in another 10 minutes. So of these 4, Morton-Thiokol actually had a trading halt. Well, after the halt was lifted and the trading day continued, by the close of trading, by the closing bell, most of these stocks had recovered somewhat and were down just 2 or 3%, except one, Morton-Thiokol. It was down about 12%. Well, in response to the shuttle explosion, the government created the Rogers Commission to come up with a report and investigate why the shuttle exploded. And on that panel was Nobel Prize winning physicist Richard Feynman. And about 2 weeks after super hard research, lots of tests, he concluded that the O-rings manufactured by Morton-Thiokol deformed during cold temperatures. And the Challenger was launched in outdoor temperatures, I believe it was just under 30 degrees, 29 degrees, but certainly in freezing temperatures, and colder than any other previous launch. And so what happened is that these O-rings deformed with the cold weather, but they wouldn't regain their initial state, and it allowed gases to seep into these rocket boosters, and that's what actually caused the explosion. Well, despite warnings from its own engineers, Morton-Thiokol's management wrote right here, the condition is not desirable, but is acceptable. And so they said, yeah, we knew about these potential for these O-rings to deform. It's not exactly what we'd like, but it's acceptable. It's not going to cause a problem. So think about it. What took a brilliant physicist 2 weeks to uncover was accurately foreshadowed by the markets within minutes. So the moral of the story is that the next time you see a stock that appears to be moving for no apparent reason, as I often hear traders say, rather than jumping on a quick trade just because MACD or RSI suggests it's a steal, at least remember the story of Morton-Thiokol. Chances are the stock isn't moving just to give you some free money. It's because somebody knows something. If you'd like to learn more about the art and science of options trading, please check out the Alpha Trader course and Strategy Lab. You can also join us on the Facebook trading group Options A to Z, and you can find a link in the description below.